Hello everyone! So for this lesson, our goal is to solve equations transformable to quadratic equations and solve problems involving quadratic equations and rational algebraic equations. Let us have solving equations transformable to quadratic equations. There are 5 easy steps in transforming rational equations into quadratic equations, and these are the following. First, multiply both sides of the equation by the LCD. Second, write the resulting quadratic equation in standard form. Third, solve the resulting quadratic equation using any methods of solving quadratic equation. And fourth, check the obtained values by substituting in the original equation. For example, solve the rational equation x over 3 plus 1 over x is equal to 19 over 12 by transforming it into a quadratic equation. For the solution, we need to identify the LCD first. Ang LCD ng equation na ito ay 12x. Pero para sa mga nalilito pa sa pagkuha ng LCD, ang maipapayo ko na gawin nyo ay i-identify ang mga denominators at ito ang gamitin upang ma-cancel out ang mga denominators sa ating original equation. Kaya naman, in this example, we will use 3 times x times 12 to give you an alternative solution. So let us write our solution. First is the given. And following step 1, multiply all the terms to LCD. Again, the actual LCD is 12x. But as an alternative, we use 3 times x times 12. I-cancel natin ang common factors sa numerator and denominator of each term. Kaya dito, ang na-cancel out ay 3. Dito naman, ang na-cancel out ay x. At dito naman, ang na-cancel out ay 12. So on our next line, we have x times 12 times x plus 3 times 12 times 1 is equal to 3 times x times 19. And then, simplify each term by multiplying the factors. Kaya, we have x times 12 times x is equal to 12x squared. 3 times 12 times 1 is equal to positive 36. And then we have 3 times x times 19 is equal to 57x. Let us apply APE to arrange this in standard form. Kabisado na natin ang APE guys ha. So, anong nangyari dito? We added negative 57 on both sides of the equation. Kaya nagkaroon tayo dito sa left side ng negative 57x and on the right side, naging 0 na lang. Next is, we can have the equation as it is. But we are going to deal with large numbers. Kaya naman, another step that we may apply is to check if there is a greatest common factor among the coefficients 12, 57, and 36. And we will use it to divide the coefficients so that they will be reduced. In this equation, the GCF of 12, 36, and 57 is 3. Therefore, dividing them by 12 will give us 12 divided by 3 is 4, 57 divided by 3 is 19, and 36 divided by 3 is 12. Ayan. So, we are done with step 2. Next step is to solve the resulting quadratic equation using any methods of solving quadratic equations. You can use the quadratic formula para mas madali since alam na naman natin ang mga values ng A, B, at C. But in this example, we will apply the factoring method to solve for its roots. So, we factor the equation and apply the zero product property. In here, pwede natin i-apply ang AC method of factoring. So, we have the quantity of 4x minus 3 times the quantity of x minus 4 is equal to 0. Then, kailangan natin i-solve ang value ng x in each linear factor. Kaya, we have 4x minus 3 is equal to 0. Applying APE, we have 4x is equal to 3. And then, dividing both sides by 4, so x is equal to 3 over 4. Then, we have x minus 4 is equal to 0. Applying APE ulit, therefore we have x is equal to 4. And these values of x are the roots or the solution of the rational algebraic equation x over 3 plus 1 over x is equal to 19 over 12. Our next topic is solving word problems involving quadratic equations. There are plenty applications of quadratic equations in real life. Hindi lang ninyo ito nare-realize agad. First off is the area-related problem. Ito yung pinaka-common. Usually, ang hinahanap dito madalas ay kung hindi ang area, pwedeng perimeter or length or width ng isang bagay o lugar. Kaya naman, you should also remember these formulas for area and perimeter. Another application of quadratic equations ay sa mga projectiles, profit, and income. Kapag sinabi nating projectiles, ito yung mga bagay na pambato or ibabato. Tulad halimbawa ng example natin, ang projectile dito ay yung tennis ball kasi siya yung ginamitan ng puwersa para maibato. Pansinin nyo yung direction ng tennis ball. Diba upward? Ibig sabihin, tataas siya pero bababa din. At ang direksyon ng bolang ito ay masasabi nating isang quadratic equation. Isa pang pwede nating panggamitan ng quadratic equations ay ang pagsosolve sa mga unknown consecutive numbers. Kapag nagbibilang tayo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Pero paano kung di mo alam yung number na tinutukoy sa isang problem? We let x as the unknown. So, kung magsisimula tayo sa x, and then we count, ibig sabihin ang susunod ay madadagdagan ng isa, kaya x plus 1. Tapos, madadagdagan uli ng isa, kaya x plus 2. And so on. Usually, ito ay makikita mo din sa area-related problems. Sumunod naman ay ang rate-related or work problem. Ito yung mga problem na kung saan tatanungin ka kung ilang oras matatapos ang isang work kapag nagtulungan ang dalawa o higit pang tao or object. At ito ang formula na ginagamit. 1 over work of the first plus 1 over the work of the other is equal to 1 over the work combined, where work usually is referred to as the amount of time a certain object or person can do a certain task. Halimbawa, may dalawang karpintero. Yung unang karpintero, kaya daw niya matapos ang isang trabaho sa loob lamang ng X number of days. Tapos, yung pangalawang karpintero naman, kaya niya matapos yung parehong trabaho ng higit sa 3 araw kumpara doon sa naunang karpintero. Ibig sabihin, mas mabilis yung unang karpintero natin. Tapos, kapag nagtulungan pa sila, kaya nila matapos yung trabahong yun sa loob lang ng 2 araw. Ang tanong, ilang araw ba kaya tapusin yung trabaho kapag mag-isa lang yung unang karpintero? hindi natin alam. Kaya, we represent their work in fractions and we let x as their work. So, we have 1 over x is equal to part of the job the first carpenter can finish in 1 day. X kasi wala naman sinabi ilang araw. Ito yung aalamin natin. Sumunod ay 1 over x plus 3. This is the part of the job the other carpenter can finish in 1 day. Nakabase yung araw ng ikalawang karpintero natin sa araw ng unang karpintero. And 1/2. This is the part of the job that both carpenters can do kapag nagtulungan sila. Sa pagsosolve, lagi natin ito tatandaan. Always write the given sa first line. At dahil may fractions tayo, sundin lang natin yung steps doon sa nauna nating example problem kanina. Step 1. Multiply all the terms to LCD. In this example, we used x times the quantity of x plus 3 times 2 to cancel out the denominators. So on our next line, we have 1 times the quantity of x plus 3 times 2 plus 1 times x times 2 is equal to 1 times x times the quantity of x plus 3. Simplify each term by multiplying the factors. Unahin muna natin yung monomial to monomial multiplication. 1 times 2, kaya naging 2 times the quantity of x plus 3, kopya lang. And then we have 1 times x times 2, we have 2x. And then 1 times x is x times the quantity of x plus 3. Kopya lang din. And then, we apply the distributive property. So, we have 2 times x is 2x, 2 times 3 is positive 6. 2 times x is 2x, and then, on the right side, we have x times x is x squared, x times 3 is positive 3x. And then, we combine similar terms. So, on our next line, we have 4x plus 6 is equal to x squared plus 3x. Next is to arrange it in standard form. Let us apply APE. This time, susundan natin kung nasaan yung x squared. Ang importante dito, class, is mailipat mo lahat ng terms on one side of the equation at APE ang sagot dyan. So, adding negative 4x and negative 6 on the left side of the equation and on the right side, we have, ayan, na-cancel yung mga values na ito sa left side, kaya naging 0. And on the right side, naging x squared plus 3x minus 4x minus 6. Combining like terms, yung 3x and negative 4x, we have 0 is equal to x squared minus x minus 6. Actually, ito okay na yan. Pero if nalilito ka sa ganyang arrangement at masanay ka na ang 0 ay nasa kanan, you can apply the symmetric property of equality in which if x is equal to y, then y is equal to x. Kaya naging x squared minus x minus 6 is equal to 0. Nagpalit lang sila ng pwesto. Next step is to solve the resulting quadratic equation using any methods of solving quadratic equations. Again, you can use the quadratic formula para mas madali since alam na naman natin ang values ng a, b, at c. But in this example, we will apply the factoring method to solve for its roots. So, we factor the equation and apply the zero product property. And we have the quantity of x minus 3 times the quantity of x plus 2 is equal to 0. Solve for the value of x in each linear factor. So we have x minus 3 is equal to 0. Applying APE, we have x is equal to 3. And we have x plus 2 is equal to 0. Again, by applying APE, we have x is equal to negative 2. So the roots are 3 and negative 2. But since we are dealing with time, we disregard the negative root, meaning the first carpenter can finish the job in 3 days. Ma'am, may question po ako. Bakit po sa last, iba po yung solution? Ganito po. Okay, let us explain. Ito yung given natin. Ang ginawa dito is kinuha muna yung LCD ng left side na x and x plus 3. Then, multiplying the LCD to each term in the numerator, that is 1 over x times the LCD, kaya naging x plus 3, na-cancel yung x. And then, 1 over x plus 3 times the LCD, na-cancel naman yung x plus 3, kaya naging x na lang dito. And then, sa denominator naman, sinulat yung LCD na x times x plus 3. Simplifying the numerator, we have x plus x, 2x plus 3, all over, copy lang ulit natin yung denominator. And then, cross-multiply natin sa right side of the equation. That is 2x plus 3 times 2. And then, on the right side, we have 1 times x times the quantity of x plus 3. Applying the distributive property, we have 4x plus 6 is equal to x squared plus 3x. Ayan, pareho pa din, di ba? Magkaiba ng way, pero kapag alam mo ang basics ng operations on fractions, lagi tayo magtatagpo sa iisang tamang sagot. At yan ang lesson natin tungkol sa solving problems involving quadratic equations and rational algebraic equations.